Yo, what's up everyone? I just want to say a massive thank you. We're at 500 subscribers. I know it might not seem a lot compared to the big channels, but to me it means so much. Thank you everyone. I really, really appreciate it. So I've been thinking, what can I do for 500, ugh, don't do that, subscriber special? And I thought the best thing to do is talk about the channel. Talk about why I started it, who I am as well, because I guess you don't really know me yet, and what my plans are. As you've probably guessed, my name's Gabe. I'm actually a fiber engineer. I've got a lot of experience in construction, zero experience in cars. I basically grew up in France and we were quite poor. And to be honest, I think that's the best way to learn how to fix cars is you can't take it to the garage because you don't have the money for it. So you have to learn how to fix it. So pretty much everything I've learned is my dad helping me, my brother helping me, and YouTube. I've been watching YouTube for years. I don't know if I've been watching it since it started, but pretty close. I've always liked the idea of being a YouTuber, but never really knew what to try. So I'm really into 3D printing as well. Tried that as one of my main channel focuses. That didn't really work out. I tried the dog thing. So I've got a little French bulldog you've probably seen in the videos. Yeah, that wasn't the best. But the thing I always came back to was cars. I've always really liked working on cars. I've always really liked just having cars and doing stuff to them. Not mad about like chucking on the biggest turbo and doing the craziest builds. I just like simple stuff. I just like a cool car that looks good, tasteful. That's where I'd go. Maybe a little bit ricery, but you know, that's just my choice. Yeah, I just like fixing them. I think that's my favorite part of cars is just fixing them up. So obviously over here, Got my MR2, which I'm currently fixing up. So I've had a few fun cars. I was pretty lucky to have my first car as a Golf Mark II 1.6 TDI. Can't remember what it was. It was slow as anything. You literally had to like get a run up to get up the hills and then you'd have to change down gear. It was crazy. So yeah, that was a really cool first car. Did a few little tasteful mods. That was really nice. And then I basically went traveling, as you know, lots of young people do, and sold the car, sadly, and kind of regretted it ever since. But you know, £500 is £500. So after I sold the car, after I'd been traveling, came back to England, stayed with my brother for a bit because I didn't have anywhere to live. My parents lived in France, but there was no work there. So came back here and didn't have a car for a while. Got into motorbikes, which was all right, but never really quite ticked the boxes. So I'm quite cautious when it comes to safety. In the motorbikes, you're not safe. It is a dangerous hobby. I had a 125, got my big boy full license, and kind of haven't done anything with it since. I got rid of the motorbike and I started working for a bigger company and got a work van. So it meant that I could use that. It also meant that I had a bit more money, and then I also had the opportunity to spend a bit more money on a car that I wanted to spend it on. I bought myself an MX-5 Mark III, which was brilliant. Again, safety aspect. I looked at the other ones and it was the only MX-5, or the first MX-5, with an airbag in the steering wheel. So I thought, yep, that's probably the one to go for. And it was brilliant. I had so much fun in it. I wish I'd started YouTube doing that though, because I had to basically weld the whole underside. All the sills were gone, the mounting points were gone. It was a steep learning curve. I've actually got this coat over here. So I use this coat, and this was welding it in maybe winter as well. And I don't know if you can see all the holes, all my welding. A couple of weeks of welding at least. It was crazy. After I did that, got the car on the road, really enjoyed it. It was really good fun. The sensibleness in my head was saying it's expensive to run. It's not very practical. Obviously, I'm a practical person. I've got the Dacia Estate, which you might have seen. So that's like my proper practical car now. But back then, I felt guilty for having a fun car. Ended up selling it, regretted it. Yeah, really regretted it. It was a great fun car, but I was also worried about the rust. Obviously, I'd done a load of rust repair, welding in new patches and everything. But you know, in my head, I was like, well, I fixed it now, but in 5 years, probably gonna have to redo it. So I thought, just let someone else deal with it, let someone else enjoy it, and then they can, you know, they can look at that in the future. After that, I didn't have a car for a while because I had the work van. You know, that's all I needed to go to work. My girlfriend had the Ford Focus, which is what you've hopefully seen in another video, which I'm actually in the process of finally fixing. Eventually I changed roles in the company, went into a managerial position and needed another car. My girlfriend needed her car for work, so I needed a car. So I got the Dacia Logan, which has been a fantastic car, probably the most reliable car I've ever owned, and super economical. It gets like 65 miles per gallon, 70-ish on motorway runs. No road tax as well, absolute bonus. You can chuck so much stuff in there. We've had like 3-seater sofas in there, massive bookshelves, just everything. It's a fantastic, fantastic car. I really love them. They're not the most exciting cars, I'll be the first to admit it, but they are great cars. Oh, I had the itch. Not that way. I wanted another car. I wanted something different, something you don't see much of, and I wanted to try and build a body kit for it because I'd never done it. Something I thought looked exciting and interesting. In the end, I hated it, but yeah, you know, that's for after. So I was looking at smart roadsters as well, which look quite fun. Don't really see many of those about. And MR2 Mark IIIs. These bad boys. Really cool cars, which you don't see many of. I couldn't really think of one time I'd seen one out in the road. It's not really something that stuck with me. Found one on Facebook Marketplace. This guy was selling for, I think, I don't know, 1,100. Hadn't been on the road in like 10 years, but had done 64,000 miles. It was in a pretty bad state. And also this was at like the height of when cars were super expensive after COVID. So ended up getting it for like £900, which at the time was a decent price. Now, probably more like 500 is what would have been a reasonable price, but you know, it's just the times. And got it home, did a couple of bits trying to fix it, as I've done in a few previous videos. It had smoke coming out of the exhaust, which has been my main sort of gripe with this car, the main thing that I've been trying to sort out. Did the head gasket, that didn't fix it, so I just thought, you know, let me just do the body kit, because the idea was to sell body kits as well. If I could get it into a place where it was going to be really good and like a really cool body kit that a lot of people wanted, then I would have been able to sell it. So I thought, do the body kit first, maybe make some money from it, and then once you've got the body kit up and running, you can look at fixing the car. That didn't work out because body kit making is really rubbish. It was like so crap, so boring. Yeah, I didn't have the patience for it. I didn't have the workspace for it as well. I was just doing it on my drive. So ended up finally making the decision to stop doing it. I even tried making a fastback for the car where it's a roof that goes from here to the back, which makes these look more like a Porsche Cayman, which is, it looked really cool. I like mocked it up and everything, and I based it on, I think, a Porsche 911 body kit, because again, 3D printing, obviously I can find a 3D model, chop it up, find a 3D model of this car, make them fit together, make sure the dimensions are correct, and then in theory, you've got a body kit. Not that easy, I learned. I decided to stop. I thought, you know, I've done enough. I'm done. This is not only boring, but I'm not enjoying it, and it's a bit of it's a long slog. And I thought, what do I want to do? What do I enjoy? And the thing that I enjoy is fixing cars, making them look cool in, you know, my point of view, which might just be like tinting the headlights or adding a spoiler, rolling the arches, that kind of thing. Little tasteful mods. That's what I ended up deciding to do. I thought, I've got this car, it's looking absolutely crazy. I'm not going to get much money back if I sell it, so I might as well take the challenge on and get it back to a place where it's looking cool. So that's what I'm doing. That's all of this. All this nonsense that's ongoing. I'm really enjoying it. It's really good. Basically, when I decided enough was enough and stopped doing it, we were in the process of buying a house, and I think the whole thing was just getting to me a little bit. So I put all the car stuff on hold and I just focused on the house. Like, had a garage, but it was literally just like, you know, those single garages where you'd literally be like, or I'd be butt up against the wall right now. Just no space to actually have a car in there and work. It's just storage for a car. Moved house, built the garage. As you can see, we are in it now. And I wanted something where I'd have enough space to work on it. So here I've got I don't know how to show that. I've got that much space. My back's against the wall and I can't touch the car yet. Probably another like 10 centimeters after that. Same-ish on the other side. Same on the front and back. So enough space to work on it and actually like do the things that I enjoy doing. And then fast forward to right now, the car's in here, ready to go. Just been working on it. Literally just working on a new video as we speak, but just wanted to film this 500 subscriber special because it is special and you're all special. Don't you forget it. I appreciate you. Just as a thank you, really, because I never thought that 500 people would want to watch the stupid crap that I do most of the time. Just you know, car stuff, just simple stuff. And I'm basically looking at this car as practice. You know, I'm not a professional. I've not got any experience in videography. Everything I do myself, the editing, the filming, all the fixing. The only way I learn stuff is from YouTube. So I wanted to also like give a little bit back to the community as well. That makes sense. So that's where we are today. And then going forward into the future, this car I probably won't be keeping because I want to use this as a springboard or a platform to move me on to the next car. So I've basically written a list of all the cars that I've always wanted to drive or always wanted to own at the very least. And it's simple stuff like I've never driven a Mini, always wanted to drive a Mini, see what that's about. Porsches, Range Rovers, Land Rovers, utility vehicles, just there's a whole list of vehicles. And I basically want to fix this up, make it look really nice, make it run perfectly. 64,000 mile engine, no rust, all the, you know, fresh paint work. Everything should be fantastic. I think it's going to look really cool. I'm not going to tell you what colors we're going for, but I think it's going to look sick. Eventually, when it's fixed and when it's finished, drive it, enjoy it for a little bit, and then sell it and move on to something else. I've already got a couple of ideas of what the next two cars may be, one or the other, if I can find them for a good price and they need fixing. And the whole point will be fix up the MR2, sell it, move on to something better, sell that, move on to something better. Keep going up the chain until we're having the party. Woo, 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 and come along for the ride. Just thanks very much. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Appreciate all of you. Hope you've enjoyed this. Hope it's sort of let you know who I am. If you found this interesting, or if you like this, feel free to check out my other videos. I've got loads of bits up, loads more stuff coming, got loads of stuff in the works already. Thanks for watching. As usual, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.